This is Darrell Scott. The technology tip for today from CS3 is working with report versions in Acumatica. So I'd like to start by first talking a little bit about user security with regards to reports. Here you can see I'm looking at the admin user, the user which I am logged in as, and this user is enrolled in a role called Report Designer. Report Designer role is established by the system and provides certain access rights and buttons on the screens that we'll see here in just a moment. So let's look at a report. We're going to look at the AR invoices report. First go to the invoice and then print the invoice. We can see we've got a logo at the top, a fairly plain footer. We click on the parameters button, and here we see a screen and two buttons that the report designer provides for us. One, we can edit the report, and two, report version shows us all the versions that are available for this report. And we can edit a particular version, or we can edit the active version. So let's look at what happens when we edit a report. First, the system makes us log in to prove that we have proper access for the report. And then from the web server, the report is downloaded to a local program known as the Report Designer. Now, this program must be installed on the user's workstation, and once we have it here, we can edit it and change just about anything we want to, including adding additional tables and new fields on the report, calculations, formatting changes, the works. Once we've finished making the changes we want, we can save it back to the server and create a new version and give it a name. Now I've done that already with this version where I've added remittance instructions at the bottom. So I'm going to save it to the server, create a new version, give it a name, and say OK. It's now on the server, but I can't see it yet, so I need to refresh, and you'll see that the new version is always activated. I can choose any of the reports in the report version list and make it the active report. This report is used by all users of the system, only one active at a time. So if I now run my report with the remittance instructions at the bottom, I'll see the change that I've made. One last thing to talk about report revisions. I can disable all the versions and still run the report, because here then I'm working with the out-of-the-box report, which has no logo and is as plain as it comes. Again, I can edit it and make revisions to it. It's very helpful to know about this, because if I am creating modifications to my report and errors occur, common thing that might happen is duplicate records show up when you have bad table joins. But other sorts of debugging issues, it's sometimes a good idea to come back to home base and look at the report, the unmodified version of the report, to make sure that your data and the data on this report are syncing up. Be sure and give us a like and hit the subscribe button for more tips like this.